back to the Gamer's Tale. I'm joined by Kieran, the cool Cuds Clay Kid, Legends Kid everywhere else, and all around mildly annoying Canadian.
Well, fuck you too.
I had to slip that one in there. We are going to have some good news. Actually, there's more news this week than there was last week. We're going to talk about a couple of games that are coming out that Kieran just turned me on to and sound really fun. We're going to have some stories from our gaming past, and we're going to hopefully not to make too big of a idiots of ourselves, but I'm not promising anything.
Also, can I make a little comment on that smart remark about my Canadian origin?
Hey, I didn't. You're not annoying because you're Canadian.
And just like I have this little joke where I do, you know that a Canadian is angry when he starts swearing like a donkey. And I was introduced to this by another Canadian who is also a comedian named Russell Peters, or we sound like a freaking donkey. Where if we like say like fuck off, we'd be like fuck off. God damn it! Ever notice that a Canadian never does that?
I'll,
Son of a bitch.
the only Canadians I've encountered have been French Canadians, and they usually don't swear, so there's a very thick language barrier. So it's like, okay.
You stupid Americans! Yeah, I know how French people go. I literally live beside them.
Well, I was talking to one guy a couple of weeks ago, and he said, I heard these. Well, he was apparently a very well-traveled man, could speak several languages, and he had said that I encountered these French people this one time, but they weren't speaking like French people. They had a weird accent, and it turned out that they were French Canadians. Anyway, yeah, it's like, okay. Of course, this dude also told me a story about, yeah, I was out in the middle of the desert, and apparently he spoke Arabic, and then when he got back to England, he was asking for, I think it was for falafel. He says, oh, this, because he had gotten falafel like every day for however many days he was living in the Middle East, and this guy would make it right there, so he goes into a place to get some falafel, or he's at the bakery or butcher shop. He says, oh, there's falafel. Then he asks for 6 falafel in Arabic, and the guy looks at him and he says to me in the story, oh, yeah, I'm in England. I'll take 6 of those.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was an interesting talk I had with him. Anyway, this has almost nothing to do with video games or RPGs at all.
Well done. We have already fucked this up.
Except that it's buying me time to be able to get the live stream up on several social media platforms. So instead of having to go there,
that. Send me the link so I can start sharing it.
Okay, hang on. Boom. There we go. We'll be having probably no one on here anyway, so you guys have fun with all this crap.
Alright, hold on.
Alright, we're now have things out. Alright, now to the news, since we kind of got off on the wrong foot with that one. There's a new Star Wars RPG add-on for Star Wars RPG is for the Age of Rebellion. It's called Forged in Battle. It can also be used in Force and Destiny and Edge of the Empire. In it, you can play as first on the battlefield. We call them Rangers in the United States, or Trailblazer class. You can be the main push or the Vanguard, or you can be in Heavy. There's more specializations, and it's Star Wars. You're gonna get awesome stuff anyway. There is a new game on Kickstarter. It's called Coriolis. The story is these people called the First Come Colonists. Mankind is spread out across the stars, like every sci-fi RPG out there and or sci-fi story, and they worship the things called the Icons. Now, the next gen of colonists come out. They're called the Zenithians. They have a more aggressive imperialistic code, and all these people are humans, by the way. Of course, there's going to be a more stricter version coming out. It's from the people who make Mutant New Year. Sorry, Mutant Year Zero. They have that as the rule set. The difference is instead of pushing for rolls or pushing the rolls, you pray to the icons. The only drawback to this, which is after it allows you to re-roll, it gives the game manager darkness points, which they can use to pretty much screw up your game and make the game harder.
All right.
Other than that, details are sketchy except on Kickstarter, but I didn't check that one out. It's already has 2 times the funding it needs, and it's 30 days out before it shuts down. So it's doing quite well. I forgot to check on Red Markets. That was also another game brought up in past broadcasts. Word, W-Y-R-D, has released its upcoming releases. They're going to come out in July and August. They have Ripple of Fate for Malifaux. Through the Breach has the expansion coming out in July called Into the Bayou. I have never played any of these games, but if you have and you're listening to this, you should check that out. Several Japanese games are coming to U.S. shores and Europe. This is being brought to us by Deep Silver. They're partnering with Atlas USA and Sega of America to bring the title to Europe, which includes Persona 5 and the 7th Dragon 3 code, VFD, including Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. Now, this is apparently an adventure game. I'll just give you, they've released a new trailer, and it introduced the main cast. I did not watch the trailer, but I will read you little descriptions for each of the cast members. Nanashi is the silent player-controlled protagonist who's trying to become a full-fledged member of the Hunter Association. He gets murdered early in the game by a demon that is given a second chance at life by the god Dagda. In return, he must serve as Dagda's personal godslayer in world-changing events to come. So that's pretty damn awesome, if you ask me.
That's pretty cool.
Asahi, the ever-optimistic Asahi, because you always have to have a ray of sunshine in a post-apocalyptic game, is Nanashi's childhood friend, Hunter Association teammate. She's eager to prove herself in the field, but will need to overcome her doubts in order to become a key member of the group. Okay, that's a little rote for plot device. What else is there? Navarre, the familiar samurai from the Eastern Kingdom of Mikado, is making a return. Well, sort of, because Navarre is no longer what we would call alive. He's now a green ghost who can use his ethereal powers to benefit the team. Okay, that's pretty cool. A little Ghostbusters-ish, but... Nozomi is another familiar character who is the newly appointed fairy queen working under the protection of the goddess Danu. Haha, familiar. No, that's funny. Old magic terms. She's a level-headed and mature ally who will provide valuable skills and insight for the party. Okay, so she's help desk. Now, this is an ideal with a lot of Middle Eastern and names on a regular basis. This is an odd name for anyone. Hallelujah. This young gray-haired individual is a member of the Ashura Kai gang, who is ordered to join Nanashi and company in their journey to watch them. Hallelujah is accompanied by his fox-like pet demon Chironupu, who will support him in battle. So that sounds like Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess right there. Gaston. Every guy named Gaston has to be a completely self-absorbed man. Gaston, or as he likes to call himself, Gaston the Magnificent, is the rash and arrogant younger brother of Navarre. He is the leader of an elite squad of samurai called the Crusaders. Let's just break all historical boundaries with this and call a bunch of dudes Crusaders who are from Japan. All right? And will undoubtedly be a useful partner during fights. That is, if players can stand his braggadocious nature, but you know what they say, No one fights like Gaston. Oh my goodness. Okay, as we go back to Beauty and the Beast with that one. All right, Toki. This mysterious Omi mask wearing girl in black and is the assassin for the Ring of Gaia faction. Okay, we have a lot of cross cultural things with this one. Uh,
Wait, what is?
she's an assassin wearing an Oni mask. Okay, a traditional Japanese thing. Then we have her, an assassin from the Ring of Gaia faction, which is straight up Middle European Greek mythology.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Gaia, the Earth goddess. All right, she absolutely does not have an ulterior motive for joining the squad. I'm really hoping that's sarcasm. Nope, totally doesn't have a hidden agenda or anything like that. Okay, yeah, it's sarcasm. So apparently Toki is using this poor group of saps to do something. Whatever it may be, if she's wearing a mask doing it, I'm pretty sure she probably is really cool. Isabeau, the steadfast samurai, is the best friend and confidant of the heroic Flynn. Who the hell is Flynn? The protagonist of Shin Megami Tensei 4. But I thought this was Shin Megami Tensei 4. They said that the Nanashi is the silent player-controlled protagonist. Who the hell is Flynn? Isabeau is an experienced warrior who will act as a great role model for the younger members of the party. Oh, of the confident of the heroic Flynn. He's not the hero. Okay, that was my bad on the misread. But still, who the hell is Flynn? He's not mentioned anywhere on this. Alright, anyway. Looking if that is the if Flynn. Just hang on, I'm gonna play video quickly. Oh, blood, language, partial nudity, sexual themes, violence. That's obviously great for everyone to play this game. Okay, some sort of going on as the guy. Okay, that's Nanashi. Nanashi looks like Demi Lovato in male form.
What the shit?
Yeah, hang on, I'll send you the link. Nanashi, if any of you guys can't actually look this game up and see it, Nanashi is a very thin Japanese man, and he has a pierced ear with a strange, if you would say, stud in it. It's not like a diamond stud; it's a red stud. He has closely shaved hair on the side, and he has a long shock of hair on the front.
Oh, good.
He apparently has half of his pants cut off, at least below the knee on the left leg. While Asahi apparently is wearing a pith helmet with some goggles and a like aviator's dress from the flapping 20s.
Well,
It apparently looks like to be like some. Okay, I am totally unimpressed with Navarre's looks. He is an amorphous green blob with Elvis hair.
sounds like my mother.
Okay. Nozomi is looks to be a wannabe rogue. She has like a tabard cape thing over tight-fitting leather jacket and miniskirt, and she has a shotgun. Okay. She's the fairy queen. She's a fairy queen with a shotgun. All right. Let's see, what else do we have? Hallelujah looks like... Alright, he's wearing a suit, and over that he's wearing some sort of leather jacket or sporting jacket windbreaker with what looks to be a death cat head on it. And his fox is not anything like a fox. It has a fox's head, but it walks on two legs, and it has a small bow and arrow. So that's a bit odd.
I would say.
Yeah. All right. Gaston looks like I expected. A square-jawed man with a little too long set of hair. He appears to have a lance. He's dressed like someone from medieval times. He has a surcoat with what appears to be a variant of the Maltese cross, or possibly the Hospitaller's cross, and an arm guard. And Toki has purple hair, a demon mask. Well, that's what Oni is, and she looks like she's wearing a what is this called? Poncho. That just happens to be a bell. Isabeau is dressed in a. Is it? She's dressed like a sailor. Let's just say that with undergarment of. Okay, I don't like that.
Wait.
Flynn.
Dressed in a long silence? Oh, wow.
Sorry, she's dressed. She has like a sailor coat on top of that, and beneath that she has a traditional like kimono like outfit. And Flynn has longer hair and looks more effeminate than Isabeau.
So, anime.
Yes, it's totally anime.
Well, then. Who would have guessed? It comes from Japan.
Yeah. Black Lagoon came from Japan. That was pretty cool, though.
You know what was cool that came from Japan? Ninja Scroll.
That sounds so familiar, but
Dude, you never seen fucking Ninja Scroll? It's like I can't say if it's the father or mother, but it's the ancestor of anime.
Yeah, well, we were discussing this previously, that I've lived in a hole for most of my life.
Yeah, so whatever.
Yeah.
You have an excuse to be an uncultured swine. I don't.
Yeah, that's actually technically I'm actually rather cultured. It's just that the different culture is pre-computer age. And that's why I say when people ask me, I'm a monk in a monastery with Wi-Fi. Anyway, other than that, what appears to be entirely odd-looking game for Nintendo DS. It's going to come out in September and the 20th in America, and I don't know about anywhere else.
Wait a second. It's coming for the Nintendo DS?
That's what the screen they were showing during the video.
They still make games for the DS?
I think they do either that, or it's for like that new Wii tablet thing.
I mean Wii U?
Oh god, that's what it's called?
Yeah,
The
the Wii
Wii
U.
U? That's
Yeah, if Wii wasn't bad, Wii U.
Alright, someone seriously needs to send the Japanese guys some Americans over there so that this do not make a terrible pun or some sort of stupid name for your
You do know
product.
why, right?
What?
After Satoru died, everything went to shit.
I didn't know that. I just know that it was a really hard blow for a lot of the gaming community. I just didn't know it also wiped out people's brains. I've successfully caused Kieran to lapse into a giggling stupor. Yes, success. All right.
Dude, that's already a thing. We're Canadians. Jesus. You should forget this.
All right, we have a cultural barrier. Fine, we've covered this a lot. All right, now to something that. All right, now to something we both can agree on is actually awesome. The game Chivalry and the upcoming game Kingdom Come Deliverance.
All right. Well, let's talk about Chivalry first because Chivalry's been out for a while now. But do you want to introduce what it is, or would you like me to?
Since you actually followed it more than I have, go for it.
All right, that's kind of fine, but whatever. I actually don't play it, but I follow it enough. Okay, so from what I've known and from what I've followed behind it, Chivalry is this well, let's call it Skyrim for a second, but better. Now, people might say, why the hell is it better than Skyrim, you uncultured piece of crap? Now, I can answer for myself for this because Skyrim gets old after a year. With Chivalry, it's an online game. Because Elder Scrolls Online was a piece of crap and everybody knows it. I'm sorry, El Bethesda, you're one of my favorite companies, but you've done real crap with that. Anyways, so Chivalry is this purely multiplayer game where it's online, and you play in the medieval times, and you do different things like duels and all that, and all it is just medieval combat. So you've got spears, poleaxes, archery, long swords, battle axes, you freaking name it, and they've got it. And like it has well enough realistic combat, which is really cool. But not only that, like if you were to like try to slice off somebody's head, like in any other game besides Skyrim, their head actually comes off, or their arm, or their leg, or anything like that, which is pretty cool. So, and I personally like that because I like watching people get sliced after some realistic sword fight.
Yeah.
But that's me.
I do like that. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for Chivalry Medieval Warfare right now, and
Well,
it
go ahead,
says,
read it. Just read it.
all right, Chivalry Medieval Warfare is a multiplayer-focused hack and slash developed by Torn Banner Studios as their first commercial title. The game is set in a fictional world resembling the Middle Ages and offers similar gameplay content to developers' previously released Half-Life 2 mod, Age of Chivalry. On September 20th, 2012, a trailer was released which set the release date to October 16th, 2012. The developers had confirmed that the game would be PC exclusive initially on October 20, but in October 2014 they confirmed coming to PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 in December 2014. A standalone expansion pack called Chivalry Deadliest Warriors was announced on August 23rd, 2013 as a tie-in for the television series Deadliest Warrior. It was released November 14, 2013. The game modes include Free for All. Every player fights for himself. The player with most score then, when the time runs out, is declared the winner. Duel. Players fight in a tournament and compete in one-on-one matches. When the player is dueling with another player, the other players are having their own duels at the same time. The player who has the most victories in the end wins. Team Deathmatch. Two teams fight against each other. Both teams have the same amount of resources at the beginning of the game. And the subtext is, and soon that changes. The game ends with other team loses. All their resources and the remaining players on the battlefield are killed. Last team standing. Two teams fight in an arena and each player has one life. The arena features environmental hazards like wall spikes and fire towers. The team with players still alive at the end wins around. King of the Hill. I don't need to explain that one. Capture the flag. Well, I don't need to capture that one either. First
That's
team
that one either.
to reach 3 captured wins. Team objective. Players playing either the attacking team or defending team. The attacking team must complete various objectives like pillaging a village, pushing a battering ram to the enemy gates, and killing the king, while the defending team must stop them. Alright. The classes are 4 playable classes. The 4 classes are the same for both Agatha Knights and Mason Order, the only difference being the color and style of their armor. Archer. They use weapons like bows and javelins to attack from afar.
No shit.
Archers have short swords or daggers for close combat. Archers have barely any armor and should only draw their blades when necessary. Knowing me, that would always be necessary.
Yeah.
Men-at-Arms. The most nimble of all the classes. They use one-handed weapons like swords and maces, and use a shield for more effective blocking. Its armor is the weakest of the 3 melee-focused classes, but their greatest defense is speed, as they are fast and can perform dodges. Well, that's decent. Vanguards use long weapons like polearms and great swords, and prefer to stay a bit farther from the enemy. While sprinting for a while, they can perform a deadly sprint attack that does massive damage and heavily imbalances the enemy if the attack is blocked. Vanguards are unique in the fact that they are the only class to not use shields. Well, that's dumb. Come on, man. Alright. Knights are the heaviest of all classes, which is anachronistic. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that show that knights are actually quite nimble in armor. It's not as encumbering as people think. They use large two-handed weapons such as the longsword and battle axe.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there, because I've actually worn full metal armor, and I know exactly how much it weighs and how much it feels. When you've got chainmail under all of that, and you've got the actual plate on, it's heavy as hell. Trust me.
80 pounds. Yeah.
No, dude, like the chainmail enough already on its own is heavy as hell. Now add the plate to that. It's actually really, really freaking heavy, and it is encumbering. A lot of people say it's not, but it is. Trust me, I would know because I've done it firsthand.
Yes, indeed. I'll take your word for it since you have first-hand experience. All right, they use large two-handed weapons such as the long swords and battle axes. You can also use bigger shields than the other classes, sacrificing speed for armor is the slowest class in the game, as move very slowly and attacks leave them open for long periods of time than other classes. Where are the knights' horses? Where's that?
Oh yeah, like that. That's not a thing in there. I'm pretty sure it's in Kingdom Come though.
We'll get to that. All right, their weapons.
Can I just talk about for a second how the name of that game sounds strangely like the beginning of a porn video? Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Well, I'm thinking of the show in the States called Deliverance, where there's a dude who gets molested by a bunch of hillbillies.
What the shit?
You never? Oh yeah, I haven't really seen Deliverance, but you haven't heard of Deliverance. That's where the dueling banjos come from. Look up Deliverance. You'll hate me later. All right.
Okay.
Archers used ranged weapons like longbows. No crap, Sherlock. Short bows, war bows, which are technically longbows. Crossbows, light bows, heavy crossbows, javelins, short spears, heavy javelins, and slings. Men-at-arms used mostly one-handed weaponry such as broadswords, Norse swords, falchions, hatchets, war axes, Dane axes, flanged axes. What the hell's a flanged axe?
Dude,
What?
I don't think anyone wants to hear you go through all of the freaking little details because they're just gonna get bored after a while. Trust me.
All right, I'll skip over that.
Let's say archers shoot shit. Men at arms have shields and have swords, but
vanguards have like 6 different swords that are all actually the same thing.
Knights are butch as fuck. They're like just easy things. Just
sharp things on sticks that can be wielded. Big ass swords.
Yeah, and the Vanguard likes to thrust his pointy spear at people.
Yeah. In Tundra, you have knights, stuff that you expect knights to have, and things that you probably would not, made to break armor. All right. After that, we are moving on to Kingdom Come Deliverance.
All right, I got that. All right, so they've been in production for a really freaking long time now. I think what was it you said that was the initial trailer? Was it 2012?
Chivalry was 2012.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I don't know when they first said that they were working on this, but it's been a really freaking long time because I remember reading about it last year. So I'm just gonna read the little intro that they have on the site here, and then I'm just gonna say what I know myself. Experience a thrilling action-adventure realistic role-playing game featuring a non-linear story and revolutionary first-person melee combat set in medieval Europe. Enjoy a world of endless options. Use your reputation or charisma to investigate crimes and influence the inhabitants of the reconstructed medieval Bohemia landscape to guide you on your quests. Overcome obstacles in multiple ways, whether by diplomatic skills or brute force, whatever you decide, you will have to face the consequences. Use various weapons, craft supplies, take part in historical battles, participate in castle sieges, and master the art of sword fighting. A dark path awaits you, full of tough decisions, dirty quests, unexpected storyline twists, and bloody conflicts. Redeem your past and emerge a hero.
Dirty quests.
Yeah, that's what it said.
I'll read
Anyways, from what I've seen of the gameplay and such, and it's still in the beta, but you can get it if you go on the site and such, and it's actually $50, so that's not bad, and I'm pretty cool with that. But, anyways, okay, so the game is all about, like, they actually have really good sword fighting and such, so they have all sorts of moves. I'm pretty sure you can dismember people as well. They don't take 3,000 years like in Skyrim to kill someone. It's realistic in that way. So a lot of people who like realistic sword fighting are going to get a kick out of that. There is lots of cool stuff about it, like you can do thievery and all that. It really is like the RPG of medieval times because it's just so hard to explain. You know how in certain games and certain RPGs, literally there could be soldiers fighting each other and it doesn't do anything. You could literally just stand there and nothing would happen. Like it would look like stuff was happening, but really nothing would happen until you start doing stuff. That's not the way Kingdom Come works. You could literally stand on the sidelines of a battle and watch everything go to shit. You could watch your team lose because you didn't do anything. Or you could watch your entire team get mauled over by something, or watch your team pull out a successful siege without you doing jack shit. That's the lovely thing about it, because no one actually cares that you're there or not. You're just kind of there. You participate. That's the way it is. You work your way up. It's actually kind of weird because the hierarchy in medieval Europe was pretty much communism back, and now in the game it's pretty much capitalism. You turn from shitty ass peasant to full blown knight. So
Well, that was not uncommon for people, archers and such things, to be knighted for their deeds on the battlefield.
no, yeah. But it's a really cool game, and I encourage everybody to go check it out. Go ahead, purchase it and such. They're still in the works from what I can see, but I can really understand why, because it's a really big freaking game.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you can also play online, but the combat's fantastic. The graphics are gorgeous. So, like, I really can't wait to buy the game myself because I'm saving up for it. And I heard you were impressed with it.
I was impressed with it. I'm just looking through their little spiels. You got realism, gameplay, AI, combat, technology, RPG.
Yeah, and unlike other RPGs where you could literally do the shittiest thing and get redeemed for it, everyone remembers what you do. It's got the butterfly effect, where one thing happens here, shit goes on the other side. Unlike other games. So that's what I like about this RPG. It's an actual freaking RPG. It's not like some piece of crap that was set back in like PS2. No offense to the PS2 games, I love them, but there's still
Well, that sounds
different to
awesome.
that.
Enjoy the huge reconstructed map of medieval South Bohemia. Enter villages, enter interactions with NPCs, and participate in castle sieges and large, historically accurate battles. Beware of deep forests, as you can actually get lost in them.
Yep.
For me, that was awesome because uh, in RuneScape, I have I've always been a free player. I don't know if Kieran knew that about me.
What?
I've always been a free player in uh, RuneScape,
Ah.
but I have walked the entire height and width of free play Gielinor, working my way up from lowly melee man to moderately high melee man. And I always loved the exploring. I earned most of my fortune in RuneScape just by walking around. Really, I have. Finding random crap on the ground and then selling it because it was valuable was my shtick, and still is, in the awesomeness that is RuneScape. And I should get back onto that. I'll maybe talk about getting back onto it next week if I succeed in doing so.
Well,
But yeah,
personally, like today, I was actually on a little adventure today because I'm up in my hometown doing a little exploring and such. We went to this museum which is over by this wilderness and such. And because Northern Ontario and such, because crazy Canadian Shield and such. So I went exploring, and I actually got lost in the woods, just like you would have in Kingdom Come. And the way I saw it in the game was the exact way I saw it where I was. So if it comes to that point, you know that they've done a really good job. So I don't really care that they're taking forever because they're doing a really good job of it. If anything, they should take all the time they need because the longer they take, the more stuff they add in.
well, I always loved exploring. Well, despite the fact that I don't actually explore, I always felt the need to do so.
Yeah. Well, we're young, so it works.
Yeah. But anyway,
Do you have
certain
anything else to say on the game?
the sword work in it looks very realistic. I like it, and the part in the beta video where the dude gets hit in the face with a pommel, that was just awesome.
Yeah. Because that's something I actually do when I'm sparring with my friends. because I am a big spawn when it comes to that sort of thing. I always love taking my wooden sword and bashing them in the nose. It's really fun. Call me crazy and sadistic, but it's fun. Especially when you're fresh out of an argument. That's usually what we do. Instead of like getting mad at each other and like throwing big hissy fits, literally actually here's a little crazy gamer tale, but it's not really gamer. It's more sword fighting. Where my friend AJ, no, was it AJ? No, it was one of my other friends. Actually, I think it might have been one of my friends. Yeah, it was Nathan. So Nathan and I were in this argument, and we're big sword fighters. And I was like, you know what? Screw this shit. So I'm walking towards the door. I grabbed the wooden sword. I was like, you coming? I was like, wait, what? We're gonna sword fight. We're gonna fight this out. All right. So we go. We actually battle it out, just to like get our anger out and such at each other. It really works.
I need to get back into sparring. We can bat at some other things.
Dude, if we lived near each other, I would totally spar with you.
You probably kicked my ass.
Oh, probably. I've been training since I was 5.
Hmm.
Not to pat myself on the back, but
I think I hear something that actually is you patting yourself on the back.
well, have you seen any of like the sword fighting videos up on my Facebook?
No?
Okay, 1 second.
Oh.
Like if I can find one of my older posts, I'll tag you in it, and then you can see some of the old stuff.
Nope.
Hold on.
Anyway. I'll tell you a couple of stories from my gaming past that I always found fun. Let's see. They usually involve my cousin and my friends Ben and Aaron, and my brother, of course. Anyway, while Kieran's doing that, showing how he can kick my ass quite easily, and I highly doubt he's wrong. Uh, my cousin and I were playing, I think it was Modern Warfare 2, because I always love the Modern Warfare games. We were doing a co-op mission in the Snowy Sniper one. I don't know the actual name of the level, but we have probably the most idiotic thing to try to sneak around in the underbrush with. We both have suppressed or flash hidden 50 caliber rifles. The big interventions that probably weigh like 10 pounds in reality. So I'm going to crawl around in the underbrush with this thing. He had picked up a suppressed submachine gun, and I just had the suppressed pistol they started you off with. I don't like the suppressed pistol, but we're slowly crawling through this underbrush. And I look over to my right, and there's a sentry with a guy, or the sentry has a dog with him. And so as I sight up on the guard, my cousin says, "Don't shoot the guy." And so I realign my reticle to the dog. He says, "Don't shoot the dog either." It's like, okay, fine, you're no fun. That isn't realistic. So I just kind of sit there watching these guys as my cousin does something. I forget what he was actually doing, but what he ended up doing was he ran into out of the bushes, ran into 2 to 3 guards, gets attacked by a pack of dogs, begins bleeding out. I immediately hear the ruckus, shoot the dog and the guard, rush over, fight off and kill the dogs, and apply medical attention to my cousin who had stupidly done this in game and forgot to tell me that he was moving forward when I could have covered his ass and we could have avoided this whole panicky situation with him lying bleeding on the floor. So the moral of this story is communicate to your squad and don't be a dumbass.
I sent to you, but it's in that jumble of the post, so hopefully you can find it.
Probably. All right.
Like I did 2 in that one, and they were pretty cool. But yeah, whatever. Anyways, continue.
All right. Well, that was the end of that story.
Okay.
What the hell? All right. Uh,
What?
I was just watching that little clip.
I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm always dual wielding, so just try to check through the videos of mine's. Go through them.
Anyway, what else was there? There was another pretty decent story. We had played during one of the few times that Ben and Aaron and my brother Ty and my cousin Gus all came over one time, and we set up a 5-man Halo uh, Xbox link up, or 360 link up actually. But we fought. We seemed to only fight in like 2 to 3 places, but one of them was uh, the Narrows. If you've ever played Halo 3, you know the Narrows. It's a bridge span that has two human launchers on either side of the bridge, on both sides of the thoroughfare, and you can fight on a couple of levels. It's a very small, rather intimate map, and we had set the gravity and the speed to be such that you could jump what felt like for miles, easily get launched from one side of the bridge to the other with the man cannons, and you could move really fast. So what we You want to say something, Kieran?
Oh no, I didn't say something.
Okay. Anyway, so we had set it up that most, if not all, the weapons that spawned were normal, but we equipped each one with an energy sword. So we have 5 guys in the Narrows at high speed rushing around with energy swords. 5 guys in the Narrows is a bit overkill because the map is so small. So it went along the lines of Uh, I think it actually was the process. I found Gus. I took him out. I got taken out by my brother, who got taken out by my friend Aaron. I got taken out by his brother Ben. And then Gus starts the chain reaction again. And that was how it was for the entire match. Every so often, one guy would whip around in time and parry the guy's blow, and then gut him or something. But it usually was this hilarious chain reaction of deaths because everyone had a melee weapon, and it would just cheapen it if we shot each other. Man, that one time that we played was pretty awesome.
Wow.
A lot of stories. Now, but for you, what are a couple of your favorite stories that you like to tell?
Okay, this is my favorite right here. The Far Cry story. Oh, lovely. All right. So, when I was a kid, I got Far Cry 3 shortly after release. I got it on the Boxing Day, and it was released, I'm pretty sure, December 6th or 2nd of 2012. So, like I was a couple days off from the release, right? So I've been playing this thing since I was like 11 years old, because I'm 15. Anyways, so, oh my god. The one thing I've always had a hatred for are the fucking tigers. Because they always somehow come out of nowhere and kill you. Now, when I first played Far Cry, this was my first shooter besides Fallout, and I never really got far with Fallout. So I was a little bitch because I was scared of everything. So, and I'm not sure why. Like, I had my thing, like my difficulty at easy, and I still sucked. Like, oh my god, I actually remember one time crashing my car into water, almost dead, and thinking, oh god, I'm safe. I got out of the car and I got eaten by a crocodile. But anyways, that's not a part of it. It's the freaking tiger, right? So, like always, I'd be on the phone with my friend AJ, and I'd be talking to him, and I'm playing the game because he'd play Little Big Planet, and I would play Far Cry 3. So we narrate our own games. So I'm like, okay, I'm sniping these motherfuckers out. I'm gonna kill these bastards, and then I hear out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh god, what the hell is that? I turn around, and the tiger's right beside me, jumps on top of me, and I squeal like a little girl. like I don't want to do it because I don't want to annoy the people upstairs, but like, oh god, I was squealing because like, oh my god, little bitch. So like after he was dead, because I'd knife him to death because I'd run out of bullets because I can't shoot. Well, at least I couldn't shoot back in the day because that was like one of my first shooters. So I'd be knifing him, and like even after Tiger's dead, 5 minutes after, you can hear still me breathing over the phone, still knifing the bastard. And AJ's like, "Dude, are you okay?" Yeah. No, I'm not okay. I have PTSD. Oh my god. So okay, after a while, I got used to those tigers, right?
Mhm.
And then I borrowed AJ's Far Cry 4 because he got Far Cry 4 and I never got it. So I'd borrow it from him. And when I first started playing it, and it's been like 2 years after I've fully beaten Far Cry 3. So he's so I'm playing it, and I see the tiger. There's another tiger in Far Cry 4, and I'm over by this fortress, right? One of the outposts. And I'm like, oh god, I see you before you see me, motherfucker. All right. So I get like on the second floor, right? So it's like, okay, well, he can't get me up from up here because there's no stairs. It's only a ladder, right? So I start shooting at the battery. Now the tiger sees me. So he runs inside of the fortress. Now I'm like, haha, you can't do anything. So the tiger jumps all the way from the ground to the second level. And I'm like, oh shit. In that moment, I knew I was screwed. So once again, I squealed like a little bitch because I'm scared of the tigers, right? So I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, little piece of shit, fuck. So I'm swearing like a trucker here, right? Okay. Now, now my birthday shortly passed, right? And my friend got me money to go get another game. And this game, I got two games actually. I got Clive Barker's Jericho, and I got Far Cry Blood Dragon, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Best purchase I've ever had. So now this has been okay. It's been 4 years since I discovered the evilness of tigers, right? And it's been 2 years since I fought the tigers in Far Cry 4. So I should be used to all of this by now. So I'm playing as Rex Power Colt in Far Cry Blood Dragon, right? And I'm just minding my own business. I'm picking up collectibles, just knifing pirates and dudes and cyber dudes. And then, out of nowhere, I hear that familiar tiger growl. Now, this time, I'm not putting up with anything, and I have my sensitivity maxed. So I was like, okay, where the hell are you? So I do like a couple 360s, right? And I can't see him. He's like, where the fuck is that motherfucker? I'm gonna kill that little bitch. Not this time. He's not getting me this time. So the growling stops, right? And he's nowhere in sight. Okay, so I put my guard down, and then out of nowhere, as soon as I put my guard down, and I'm like, okay, coast is clear, he jumps me from the side. Actually, it was from behind me, actually. And once again, 4 years, 4 year anniversary, I squealed like a bitch. 4 years, and I still can't deal with this little shit. So once again, I'm squealing like a bitch. Now, this is the first time my sister's ever heard me scream at Far Cry or at any game because I don't get jump scares from games, including horror games. The only horror game that's really terrified me is Alien Isolation, and that's for good reasons. So, oh my god. So my sister is like, "Are you okay?" And mom's like, "Oh, don't worry, he's playing video games." And so she's like, "Are you sure? I should go down and check on him." So, she comes downstairs and she finds me. "Are you okay?" And she just gives me this look as she watches my face of horror as I'm staring at the screen. And once again, I'm knifing the dead tiger. Still, over and over and over again. Knife, 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 knife. And now I know that I have a problem. That's my favorite story.
Oh, your story reminds me of another incident with my cousin Gus. We were playing Call of Duty World at War, the more recent uh, World War II shooter, and we only play in one of the Japanese maps because it's like the best, and we always fight for the treehouse. I call it the treehouse. It's just a room with a the ladder that leads up to it, and that's pretty much it. Uh, so we're doing stuff like that. Of course, we're the only ones on the map because we're the only ones who are playing. So I got the trench gun with the bayonet affixed, and I'm running around. He pops up, and I was used to playing Medal of Honor, and you couldn't actually aim down and move, so I was just no scoping him a lot, or quickly scoping and either way blowing him up. He says, "You and your stupid gun," and that ammunition is pretty stupid too. And then right after that, I rush up to him and bayonet him to death. It's like, okay, you don't like my ammunition? Try this on for size. A couple other times, I sneak underneath one of the bridges that's in there. He's running up. I time it just perfectly, and I blow off his character's legs through the bridge from beneath, and his body goes flying forward and rolls off. Just like 10 feet farther on is this little house. Again, I'm in there. I have a Grand with a rifle grenade attached to it. And I know Gus is coming. I know he's coming down that thing. Right as he's about there, I pop out, shoot it just behind his legs. Kills him. And I pop back in. I know that's really boring sounding, but it was hilarious at the time because Gus and I have a rather competitive relationship as cousins since we are actually only a few months apart in age.
Wow.
That's not as crazy as my other cousin, who I also game with, who's only days older than I am. What is that? Never mind. Off-screen shenanigans. What else? There was another one. I was playing with one of my younger cousins. Yeah, I have a lot of cousins. It's a huge family. But we were playing Black Ops 2, I think it was, and we were on that stupid yacht.
Oh, God.
And I was playing with someone else's optimized class or whatever because we were visiting. And I'll be clear about this. I'm a pistolero. I love using pistols in the war games. And I like how versatile they are, but I will use primarily rifles and shotguns and submachine guns when doing most of my in-game ponage, but I have a little special spot in my heart for the pistol. So my brother Ty and I are there with my cousin Cameron, and we're on this damn boat. And I'm trying to be all uppity and stuff. I'll go easy on him a little bit, and I'll just kind of sneak around here. He just keeps running up behind me, shoots me a couple times with his fancy little pistol, knifes me there, knifes me here, leaves my body dead in one of the jacuzzis, which is really fun, actually, if you think about it. And after he spam kills me like 5 times, I think, all right, wheels are coming off. I whip out my pistol. He comes gliding around or was it that time? He's like, I accidentally screen peeked. No, I purposely screen peeked at that point. And I know he's hiding it behind the sliding glass door. It's like, okay, we'll show him how this is done. I toss in a flashbang. He's disoriented. I rush in, wipe him out with a good spray of bullets. I move on again, switch to pistol. The guy pops up again, pop, 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 pop. And I take out, I think it's both him and my brother with pistol. And then 2 to 3 times after that, I just obliterate my cousin Cameron with a pistol. He turns to my brother, who's played with me all my life. He's one of the ones who got me into video games. And he says, he's really good at this, isn't he? He's like, yeah, I am that good.
Wow.
Yeah, so after I'm finished patting myself on the back about that, most of the time I game with other people just for fun. I game for fun. I do have a hard competitive edge that makes me want to win like nobody's business, but I will do it in such a way where I'm not going to use hacks. I'm not going to use stuff that has to be imported into a game. I'm just going to use my skill behind whatever vehicle or weapon or whatever else you have in that game with my knowledge of history to go and eliminate my opponent. That's just what I do. That's all the fun I have. It's not like I'm not like these guys out there who are making like hundreds of thousands of dollars playing video games, which when I was much, much younger, it's like, yeah, that's not a profession.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got a story.
Okay.
Um, I mean, it's pretty well known if people watch Cold Cuts Play, and people probably don't, but I don't care. Um, we did, AJ and I, as I mentioned him before, AJ and I are best of friends. We're best buds. So, like, we pretty much do everything together. And we always play games together, and I share my channel with him. So, this little shit, right? This guy gets, oh, sorry, I yawned. This little shit gets the beta. Well, not a beta, but a sample of Dead Island. Or not Dead Island, but what the hell is it called? You know that new parkour zombie game?
What? Sorry, I phased out a bit there. A new core zombie game, you said?
Yeah, parkour zombie game.
Oh, parkour. I know. I do not know parkour zombie game.
Hold on a second, I'll look it up. Okay,
No.
anyways, just hold on. I'm gonna stall a little bit until I get to my videos. It's been a while, so okay. Dying Light. That's it. That's it.
Dying Light.
So both AJ and I did live streams of that, and mine was the funniest because I'm a little bitch when it comes to zombie games. I'm okay with saying this. Like I don't get jump scared, but I'm a little bitch. Like whenever I play Dead Island, I'm always a little bitch. So, oh god. So Dying Light, you have parkour and at night there's these little shits that are the worst of the zombies. Because there's like the walkers, the runners, and then there's those evil fuckers that take like 3,000 shots before you kill them, and there's limited supplies. Super freaking limited supplies. And being able to run everywhere isn't always the greatest because these guys can run faster and they can kill you super easy. So that's always fun. So I was running around at, let's say, we were doing this at like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And we're doing the live stream and we're bitching at each other because we always argue with each other. We're like brothers. And at one point he actually has to stop. He stops trying to argue with me, and he just goes dead silent. Now this is scaring me because I'm playing the game, and I'm realizing maybe he shut up because he realizes he's wrong. No, I don't think so. There's something behind this. There's something behind this. Why is this little shit quiet? Is this something about the game? So I'm getting scared now. It's like so I turn around to AJ. Why the fuck did you go silent? I don't like when you go silent. Like you are more comfortable when you speak and you speak stupid. So he's just giggling his ass off now. And I don't know that there's this type of a zombie in the game, right? And he's just like giggling at me. And it's come nightfall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh shit. What now? There's a different type of zombie that's gonna kill my ass, like in freaking Dead Island, isn't there? So he kind of just looks at me and he nods, with a little smile on his face. Fuck. So I'm playing the game. And I've pretty much wasted all my ammo. I've wasted everything because I suck at this. This is my first time playing. And I finally come face to face with him. His eyes are lit up and everything, and the only thing that can really get him away from me is this. I'm not sure if it's a UV light or if it's like this flashlight, but it's only a flashlight that's gonna get rid of him, right? So I'm trying to shoot this bastard, thinking, okay, I'm gonna kill him. So I finally take one down, right? I was like, oh, this is easy. Now I seem to not be able to notice that there's an entire crowd of zombies around me. Now, like, if you've ever seen the first episode of Walking Dead, imagine that. I was surrounded in that of runners and more guys just like that. And I know exactly what's gonna happen. So one of the scarier dudes, he runs at me with his eyes and his big ass claws, and worse than the tiger squeal, I scream. And I can hear his mom get pissed off upstairs. And she's like, kids, shut up! And
Wait,
I'm just like, I'm giggling, but I'm crying at the same time. I'm laughing and crying because these guys are kind of just Rodney King me or kinging me. That's what I call it when people like get cornered. I call it getting Rodney King. So yeah, that was really fun, right? So
wait, was this a game on Steam?
yes.
Did you write a comment on
No,
that?
it's not. It's not on Steam. We were playing PS4.
Because I could swear that I read a review on a Steam game that was a zombie game where this exact story was put in as a comment about the game. The guy says, I'm playing this game with my friend. Something happens, something bursts out of nowhere. I scream at the top of my lungs. My mom comes in and bitches him out about waking her up. And then he and his friend go giggle and go back and play it some more.
Okay, well, I have another game, or I mean, I have another story for you, and this is one last story, so don't worry if that's okay.
Yeah, one last story is fine.
All right. So, this is when I first got into the horror genre, and when I first got into the horror genre, as I said, I was a little bitch.
I'm still a bitch.
So am I, but it's less so. So I was playing Slender, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, was it Slender or was it Amnesia? I'm not sure. Okay, let's go for the sake of the argument. I'm playing Amnesia. So, fuck that game. Anyways, I'm playing the game, and I had the lights off, and it's about 1 in the morning, right? And my sister's right beside me, and we're just chilling out, and we're just playing, and you hear noises and such. So, at one point, there's this huge ass jump scare, and I squeal. I was like, ah! And so does my sister. Now, just as soon as we jump scared, my mom decides to scare the shit out of us. And she comes in the room and she screams, what the fuck are you doing? Like, not getting mad at us, but just trying to scare the crap out of us. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? And then we squeal some more. Like, ah! So now both Shay and I are like to have screamed double time. And we've now woken up the entire house. We've woken up the neighbors just because mom wanted to have a little fun with us. And both like Shay and I have pretty much pissed ourselves. And like, but as soon as like we were done laughing at ourselves, oh god, it was so funny. Like we almost beat her up. It was funny.
Reminds me of a time my parents used to scare me and my brother, or we used to scare each other a lot more than we do now, where it's just like all of a sudden we pop out of nowhere and go, what are you doing? Or something like that. There's this one time Dad comes up behind me and does that, and I'm about in my room as I'm taking a step into there. You know how they kind of have in like comedy shows where the dude takes like this enormously long step in some direction, just like I'm getting out of there. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I do like this almost like flow walk, twice a normal step in a different direction, away from the thing that scared the crap out of me. It's like, okay, I'm getting out of here. No screaming out and fear. I usually don't do that. I only do that on really lame ass rides at carnivals and things. But yeah, I don't play horror games mainly because I like sleeping.
Well, I like all genres. Like I'll play them all. Gotta play them all. But a bad reference to a new game that I absolutely despise. But I
Oh,
like all genres, and I enjoy all genres. But there's certain ones in each that are like my all-time favorite. But when it comes to horror, I'd have to say it was freaking that game I was playing with the zombies because I was actually terrified to shit. Like to the point I was crying. But you can see that all for yourself on the live stream.
yeah.
You just go ahead and look it up. It's on my channel somewhere. It's like an hour long, but like you can cut off whenever. Just like go to like halfway or like 3/4 through, and you'll already hear me screaming.
Well, anyway, it's been about an hour. It's time for us to wrap up.
All right.
Kieran, Where can we find you online?
You can find me at the Ultimate Sith Empire up on Facebook. You can also find me as the Legends Kid on TGR. I don't really like giving out my Twitter account or my Facebook, or as I like to call it, fuckbook and twatter, but whatever. Like, you can find me up on those things, but yeah, have fun with that.
All right. Well, you can find me here at The Gamer's Tale. You can also find us on The Gamer's Tale on Facebook. You can also find me at The Irreverent Gentleman on Facebook. The Irreverent Gentleman, not Irreverent Gentleman. I found there's another dude on there, and it's totally different. You can also find me on WordPress and Tumblr. I link the two. WordPress is the Gentleman's University of Manliness.wordpress.com. You can also find me on Twitter at Gent de Irreverent, no T at the end. You can also find me on the Diary of a Sith Chick pages. This includes Diary of a Sith Chick, DSC Jedi Archive, and Fett's Locker as Atten Goran. You can check us out on Diary of Sith Chicks podcast as well. We'll be having one this Thursday and every other Thursday. In addition to that, there's probably going to be more propaganda put out by the Irreverent Gentleman's University as part of the Gentleman's Empire coming out soon on YouTube. I'm going to get up a YouTube channel for it. And you can get tutoring from there, and rates are relatively cheap. And it's really worth it. You can check out the blog. The blog is free. And maybe I'll work on a book at some point. So with that, we'll bid you adieu. I'm your Dungeon Master for the evening, and for the foreseeable future, that was Legends Kid. We'll sign out as the lights go down and the music plays.